All right. Hello. All right, I'm gonna put my mic on here, so hope you guys can hear me. We haven't done a live stream for a little while, so we're hoping this is all working. It's a little more complicated with this computer that we have here. All right, I think this seems to be working, and we have a viewer here. So cool. We're always kind of a little challenged in getting all this stuff to work, but it seems to be working. So we got some pretty interesting news to share with you guys. So we talked a little bit about this mine that we bought, and the reason we bought this mine is we want to set this up for viewers and stuff, so you guys can come in and see. You can hear me? That's good. Yeah, we have a challenge with this kind of stuff. So you got the good camera and the good sound, and looks like we're in good shape now. We're looking like a genius here. Good evening. Hello from Manitoba. Hi. All right. So here's the news that we're wanting to share with you guys. So, this gold mine that we were been working on buying, we finally got title to it. So we're gonna put out a video, not this one, but next week, and we're gonna take you for a tour up there and show you all the stuff that we're doing there. And the idea is we're gonna get this set up. So we're gonna put a whole bunch of our cool stuff on display underground, so you guys can actually we get so many people that want to come explore mines with us, but it's just not safe. So we're gonna have this set up so you guys can come and we'll have this mine set up where you guys can go underground and see all this cool stuff. So that's what we're doing. It's a lot of work and stuff. We have a 300 excavator. We're gonna have a D6 cat up there. We got a military dump truck. We bought a sawmill, and we got to do all this timbering and get all this set up. So it's a lot of fun, be pretty exciting, and have all this stuff running underground and gold. Okay, well, we're not going to be mining gold. So what we're going to do is we're basically setting up an underground museum where you guys come and work. You can come work anytime. We're actually in the shop there, so we bought or we got air compressor donated to us from Hal Wright from Sandon, and because we need air in the mine, because we're going to have all our operating machines working underground, and so we're getting this air compressor set up, putting a new engine in it, and doing that. So yeah. So I hope you guys are all having a good night. We're gonna do a live premiere of our latest video in an hour from now. So we got an hour to chat with you guys, and then we're gonna go to the channel and we have a video that we're gonna watch you guys if you're interested in that. If you want to watch the premiere, so it's a mine in Sandon that we have that we went into. It's got lots of rats in it. Sharon's pretty squeamish about the whole thing. It's a pretty cool mine. So that'll be the next thing. You film the process, yeah. So that's what we're gonna do. We're not really sure how we're gonna do this. We got a bunch of videos that we've filmed ahead of time in Sandon, and actually we were just in a mine called the Danko, and we might be doing some work with the History Channel on that. They'd like to go into that one too. But anyhow, so we got a bunch of videos filmed ahead of time. We're going to be working on the mine here quite a bit. So we're thinking we might maybe make one video of an exploring mine video, and then the next week have one of what we're doing up there. We've got lots of cool stuff up there. So with the new mine. So maybe do it that way. We'll see how that works. Need to hand the spring sometime. I'd come down as long as I can get the days off. We're gonna have it probably set up where if you guys have a camper, an RV or something like that, we'll have places where you guys can camp out there if you want to come and hang out there. It'd be a while till we get power and water and stuff in there, but we can try to make it so people come up and visit us, and we've been lots of people that have been pretty generous that have donated their time and money and equipment and different stuff to this project. It's going to be pretty exciting. We're going to have the only operating and tram line in Canada that we know of, and have all our equipment in there, and it'll be pretty cool. It'll be like an operating mine, but we're not going to be mining there because it's too complicated. Well, pretty much all the gold was mined out of there quite a long time ago. If you have a piece of property and you have a hole in the ground, you can do whatever you want with that. If you're mining, all of a sudden all these government people get involved, and you get permits and inspections, and it goes on and on. And there's just no way that we're ever going to make any money mining any gold out of there, and we're not really interested in doing that. We're interested in history, not we have no desire to get rich off of gold mines. So, what did she see her at swim bar? And I don't know, some of you, the way you guys type this stuff, I have no idea what you're talking about. Frank, serious question. Will the SS Shiza go into the underground museum? Nick from QAM. No, it won't. I mean, it's stuck at the bottom of. Well, we might decide to bring it up, but we don't have any plans. Someone was asking about SS Shiza. They want to know if SS Shiza is going to be in the mine, but it's stuck at the bottom of a mine, and we haven't told anyone what the name of that mine is. The reason is that the company that owns it has got way more money for lawyers than we do, and they don't know that we're down there. Because no one alive in that company has ever been down there. So we're trying not to piss them off. So, but no, we have no plans to resurrect SS Shiza. Canton Car, lol. Yeah, like like I said, I was telling people that we're going to try to set up some places where if they want to come up and camp out there, whatever, they can come up there. Can't get past the border. Yeah, you can. So the border, you can come into Canada, but you have to have your shots. We're not really going to have, we're going to be working pretty much most of the winter on this, at least till after January. We want me to go down and explore some mines in California and Arizona, probably around Atolia, Randsburg, that kind of area in January. So we'll go down there, but we're working on the mine till then. Probably we're thinking by springtime we can probably get some people underground. We got a lot of work to do with this mine because the first 100 feet is called kind of caved in. We got most of that mucked out. We have about 1,000 lineal feet of 8x8 that we've cut up timbers. We got to timber the whole first part of that thing, muck it out, get our track back in there so we can get our rolling stock underground there. So it'll be a lot of fun. So, but probably by spring we'll be able to have. We're not going to have everything all finished, but we'll have we'll be able to get people up there. How far does the mine go back, and how deep does it go? So there's about a mile of workings altogether. Right now, you can only get about 400 feet, and then there's a collapse, and that goes to a shaft about 200 feet straight up, and there's a bunch of levels that it's blocked with muck right now. So we got it when we get back there really at the track. Then we're going to build an ore chute, and then we can use our equipment, our locomotive, and our mine cars to build an ore chute and dump all that ore in there and haul it outside. And then so it'll be all the way back up there, and we can rebuild ladders and landings and stuff and get up into the higher levels. Past that, it goes about another 600 feet. Now we've never been by there. It's been collapsed for a very long time, so we have no idea what's back there. So, but we've got all the drawings, and so a week from today on our next video, we're going to do a I don't know, video about that, and we have a really good 3D model of the 4 different levels, and it'll show you guys where it all goes and all that kind of stuff. So if I'm missing a bunch of your questions, I'm sorry. I started talking, and you guys are asking lots of questions. It's good. Maybe you have to re-ask them or something. I don't know.
This one guy says, I'd like to 3D map it, but we kind of have one right
Yeah, we have a 3D map. You'll see it next week. A guy by the name of Travis. Ron's Barkwell, Ron Barkwell's buddy. He's into mines and stuff. So they sent us this cool 3D thing. We'll show you guys. If you need an equipment operator, yeah, I mean, I've run equipment all my life, so I did that since I was 18. So no, we're fine as far as running equipment. So we're having, I don't know if you guys seen the compressor that we got from Hal. So it had a 216 Chevy engine that was all seized up. We're just taking that out now. We've been doing that for the last couple of days, and then we bought Doug Smith. He donated $1,000 to us to fix this compressor. So we bought this engine, and we're switching all the stuff from the 216 over this 250 to get this compressor. So Doug's the guy who's been in a bunch of videos with us. He's a real cool guy. So he's going to come up here, and he wants to come help us doing some timbering up there, him and his wife, Teresa.
Remy Mack said hi, first of all, and then he says, if I can make it, I'll bring and be in charge of the beer.
Yeah, Remy, you're one of our favorite fans, especially Sharon's, because you're so nice. You always say something nice to Sharon. She always loves your comments, and thanks for your support.
What else did I read?
Are you going to get a chance to visit Cerro Gordo? I'm not sure if the border is open in Canada. Yeah, the border is going to be open on the 8th of November, but like I said, we're going to be working on this. We're not going to go down there till after Christmas, down to January. We're not going to go to Cerro Gordo. This thing, we don't want to say nothing bad about what they're doing there, but it's got to be a big protest thing against mining, and we're not really. Well, first of all, the mine's maybe not that interesting. It's just kind of an average type of a mine, and it's got to be a big political protest thing against mining. We don't really want to get involved with that.
Somebody, what did he say? Another mine explorer gone. And then he said, so you won't be looking in other mines anymore?
Oh, no, we will be. Even we've been in 280 mines or something like that. And the thing is, after a while, I mean, you guys, there's less people watching the show, understandably. I mean, how many mines do you want to watch us to go through? After a while. So we kind of have to kind of change our game a little bit, make it more interesting, and try to show some more interesting things. So to begin with, we started documenting these mines, taking videos of it so people could see what these things were like before they got collapsed. Then we started getting a bunch of these artifacts from the museum, and we had a lot of people coming to see the museum. We have all this equipment that we got running from different mines, and then so now we're gonna change it so we're gonna actually take people underground to experience what an abandoned mine's like in a safe environment, because what we're doing is not safe for most people. They don't even want to do it. So we want to make that. So we understand that most of you guys are watching this kind of stuff. We're never going to come here and do this because travel is expensive, but we'll also document all that kind of stuff. So you guys will probably get the best get a picture of what these mines were like in the history and equipment and all that we can do, whether you come here or not. So we're kind of excited about doing that. So.
People still want to go in other mines. I know.
Oh yeah, no, we enjoy going in mines, and it's a lot of work doing the video stuff, but we will, but we're not, we're gonna also be talking about, this is going to take up a fair bit of our time too, right?
Purchase the mine, or are you leasing the claim?
Okay, we don't own the mine. We just own the land that the mine's on. So because we're not going to mine it, we can kind of do whatever we want because we own the property. And so there's somebody else that has the claim and hasn't been touched since, but somebody probably owns the mineral rights to underneath my house here. And, so that's got nothing to do with it. We're not mining. So, yeah.
Jeff Williams.
Jeff, how's it going there, Jeff? Yeah, will they be working there too, and will you be processing the ore? No, this mine was last operated back in 1937, and it's quartz with some gold in it. So a guy from Seattle bought it. They had about 30 guys working there for a whole year. They mined like 400. They got 400 ounces of gold out of there. So they would have lost money at it. So we see the quartz veins and stuff there. There's no way to make any money at this. The gold is microscopic. There used to be a mill here where you could take the gold and get it crushed down in a smelter. None of that stuff's here anymore. Yeah, and we don't own the mineral rights. So there you go. So we're not planning on mining it. We're only interested in the history. So that's what we're going to share with you guys. All right. So I love seeing beautiful BC. Thank you for the drone shots and keeping the history alive. Yeah. And we've got a lot of visitors to our museum this year, and we really enjoy seeing that. People from all over Canada and the States and all over the place that come here, and it's really enjoyable to share all this stuff and the great questions, and we really enjoy meeting all the people that come here. And thanks for the donations. And I sorry I missed that. Who give us $10? Grumpy old guy or something. I appreciate that, and Heavy Metal Magnet too. And yeah, we'd have no shortage of money to spend on our mines. So we appreciate a few bucks we get here and there. All right. So Jeff Williams. So we would really like to come down and visit you. We're down in California. We want to go to Atolia and down in Randsburg. So we'd like to pick your brains. Probably one of the most knowledgeable guys, and no BS. Well, maybe a bit of drama, not, but your stuff. So we appreciate that kind of stuff. There's lots of guys on YouTube. They talk about this and that. They don't know what the hell they're even talking about. and I have a lot of respect for what you're doing. And we'd like to come hang out with you and pick your brains and check out some mines with you guys,
He
if
said,
that'll
let
work.
us know when it is up and running, and we'll come out and have some fun with you.
Yeah, that'll be cool. All right. What have I missed? You've just joined in. Oh, we had strip tease. There's wild sex on here. No, you have just this babbling away. That's all you've missed.
You babbling. Is Sharon an American?
Uh,
Canadian?
no, Sharon's not American. Yeah, we'd love to. Yeah, that'd be cool.
We would love to.
What's your secret to growing the beard? Drinking lots of beer. That extra old stock really. Like Sharon's got virtually no beard whatsoever. She doesn't drink any beer. I drink a lot of beer, and I gotta think that's what would take credit for it, right? Testosterone. That's what does it. Big balls. All right, Slim. Good evening from Southeast South Dakota. Good evening. Hi from Ontario. All right. Haha. Cheers, boys and gals. Just one of each. Yeah. So the show we're gonna have a premiere in about an hour or something. So it's one back in Sandon that we went into. It's a pretty cool mine called
Chambers.
the Cambridge Chambers. It's a cool silver mine. It's got really neat colors in it and lots of rats. And Sharon doesn't like rats anymore. She even swears a few times.
Did you ever
I don't hear her
find-
swear very often.
Did you ever find prehistoric cave drawings, ancient Neanderthal bodies, or aliens while down there?
No, we haven't found any of them. I haven't seen any ghosts either.
We see drawings, carbide drawings.
Yeah, the last ghost I seen was under my bed when I was about 6 years old. I mean, if people see ghosts of mine, they're a little unstable, I think.
Hi from Calgary.
Hi, Cowtown. So
Howdy, Frank and Sharon, James in Colorado.
our buddy Doug Smith is in Calgary.
How big is the mine you bought? How many feet in?
There's 4 levels, about a mile of workings, and about 200 feet vertical, as far as we know so far. So we've just got all the drawings and all that kind of stuff on it. We haven't been to all of it because it needs to be mucked out and cleaned up and whatnot. We can't get into all parts of it now.
It says buy a mink. They'll eat all the rats.
Or
Remy Max says I gotta go.
Oh, see you, Remy. Actually, we'd like to get one of those Arizona mining cats or mine cats. They're really cool. That's supposed to be the cutest mammal in North America. So that'd be cool. I know they like rats and bats, but I don't know.
Is the mine unstable or?
Yeah. Well, like we've been in it quite a bit. If you look back, if you guys want to look at this, if you look back at episode number 5, way back when we first started mining, we went into that mine like 6 years ago. So yeah. So a little spoiler, I guess you can go there and have a look at that. We got a lot more to show you now that we changed it around and went into it further. But if you're interested in it.
Hi from Bendigo, Victoria, Australia.
Hi, gotta be hot down there. And then people always say you should come to Australia, but then we hear stories about it's like 40 degrees for a month solid or something. I think, or even hotter than that. So
Jeff
damn,
Williams says his wife hates.
do you believe in ghosts? Oh, like I told Kevin one time, I said I don't believe in ghosts, God, or Santa Claus. He says, what? You don't believe in Santa Claus? I always thought that was funny.
When will we get to see a video on it? Maybe next week.
Next week, yeah, a week from today. We're gonna go up there and give you guys. We'll show you all the equipment and stuff that we're doing there, and yeah, we'll keep you posted.
Somebody else hates rats. That's good. Hi from Cornwall.
We can talk a little bit about rats. I mean, most like if you guys live in cities and stuff, you see rats there. Those aren't the kind of rats you see in mines. The rats you see in mines are like native to North America. The difference is they have a hair on their tails. Now people see that and say, "Oh, it's not rats, it's a chinchilla." No, it's a rat. It's called a pack rat, a bush rat, a wood rat, and they're native to North America. The rats you guys see in cities that have no hair on their tails, they're from Europe. They're 2 different types of rats.
Are you going to name it the Sharon Gold Mine?
No, it's already been named. It's called the Yankee Boy.
Sharon, hello. I love your show. Hey, Frank.
You have a show? She's out there videotaping me, with the hoe and stuff. I dropped over a bank there, slid down the bank and stuff, and she's taking video. But I said, I'm thinking she's going to start her own channel called uh, Extreme Equipment Operator Idiots or something. But I see how she hasn't got one yet. So.
How do I subscribe to Rat Facts?
How much did you make from your Levi jeans? Well, I could say we didn't make anything because the deal that we made is we could explore that mine. We give them whatever artifacts that we found, and which we did. But I guess we made it's one of our most successful YouTube videos ever. So we made money from YouTube. So I guess we made some money there. But
any chance you may check out the Red Rose mine in the Hazelton area? Is that not where we were going to go?
Yeah, we were going to go up there last a year ago when we went up to the Yukon, but it was pouring rain up there and really cold, and it's all bushed in there. I don't know. I guess we're kind of weenies or something. We didn't want to get soaked in the side by side all the way up there, and we didn't go up there. So we didn't get a chance to go up there. So with the new side by side we got now, it's got a cabin, a heater, and it's we could have went up there no problem. But I don't know if we'll get back up there. We'd like to get up to the Salmon Glacier into Alaska there, but like I said, the border wasn't been open all year. So I don't know. Maybe sometime. Excuse me.
Hi from Australia. G'day.
Good day. Yeah. So it's interesting. I'm reading a lot of history about mining back here, the silver mining, the gold mining around the turn of the century. A lot of people went to Australia from here too, because that was supposed to be like the next frontier. It seems like most of them that came from here, they were disappointed. They didn't do real well there.
Will you be rehabbing the mine much like TVR is doing, and will you have MCO 12Bs and jacklake drills in there working for the folks?
Yeah, we have an MCO 12B mucker and jacklake and all that kind of stuff that's operating. So we would have that underground. We're not going to be mining underground, but we'll have it there for you guys to show you what's going on there, because it'll get us into trouble if we start mining there. Do you make good money from YouTube? It depends on how many views you get. So I don't know. I guess I don't mind telling you. It doesn't matter. I mean, when things are going good and we're getting a lot more views than we're getting today, we're getting over about $4,800 a month is the most we ever get. Now we're down to maybe about $1,300 a month. So I don't know. The YouTube's kind of a fickle thing. We get about the same amount of people watching our videos every month, but it depends on how many videos, how YouTube recommends the videos. So we're making most of our money before from our older videos. There's lots of people watching the other stuff, and we did Mexico and think about the jeans and all that kind of stuff. Not many people watch it anymore because YouTube doesn't recommend it. So I guess I don't know, more popular channel comes along, they recommend their content instead of ours, so it kind of comes and goes. So. Will you be rehabbing? Jeff said, "Will you be rehabbing the mine much like TVR is doing?" I don't know what TVR is doing. I haven't watched his channel, so yeah. Does Sharon have a single sister? No, she's married. And you guys keep saying congratulations on your wedding. We never got married. I don't know why that rumor got started.
Do you realize the gold mine you found when you found Sharon? That one's funny.
Why do people keep sucking up to you? They don't suck up to me.
I wasn't expecting you to say exactly how much you make. Just wondering if it's good money for you. Sorry for the question.
Hey, Sonny Jim, how come you aren't downing wobbly pops? Well, it's because happy hours around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon here, and it's quite a bit later than that. So we can't sit around drinking all day. It's supposed to be hard for the liver, so they say anyhow. So, hi, B&P's got to come up for air. Do you realize that gold mine you found when you? Oh, okay, all right,
I read all these to you.
I wasn't expecting you to say exactly how much you make. I don't.
Washington, Utah, there's a unique mining district. Silver Reef in sandstone was the first recorded silver deposit in sandstone in Utah. Any trips to USA, California, Arizona, Nevada in the works? Yeah,
so we're probably going to go. One of the places we went like 2 years ago, last time we were in the States when the border was still open. It's been closed for 2 years. Just about. So there's a place near Randsburg and Atolia. So we'd like to go back into there around Death Valley in that area there. So That was kind of a cool area. There were lots of mines there. We'd like to go back there and spend some time there. Nice and warm there in January, and lots of cool mines. Well, Frank, let's face it, Sharon's a whole lot cuter than you are. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're not attracted to me.
We should try to do a private website somehow so us dedicated viewers can look up explorable mines.
You know what? I'm really not much of a YouTube guy. I mean, I'm kind of amazed when we could get a live broadcast working on the first try. Well, mostly because Sharon helped me, but yeah, okay. So, really, you know, I know the people talk about TikTok and Instagram and all this. I don't even check. My phone is for phoning me. You can't even freaking text me or.
Yeah,
you know, I hate freaking computers and phones and all this shit. So I ain't gonna be doing more of it. So no, that's not gonna happen. I think I spend too much time on my computer, and Sharon would agree with that. Yeah, I have watched every one of your videos. I don't think I've watched every one of my videos. I think, well, when I get old one day, I'll sit and watch them. Well, no, man, I must have watched them because I edited them, right? But did you get that upside down map sorted out? Well, that's easy. Just turn it upside down.
Never said I don't admire your crazy pass. I love what you do.
Yeah.
I guess we are very lucky you have figured out
the drone tech. You know, the drone is actually reasonably easy to operate. But, you know, there's all kinds of things like following and all the different stuff. And I don't use all the really fancy stuff on it. I'm from British Columbia, Canada. I've heard of it. I found a mine way back when I was 16 between Williams Lake and Quesnel. Most of the mines in Canada, actually, they're any good. We're within about 100 miles of the U.S. border. They kind of really peter out as you get further north. When you get some time, we have a gold mine in Searchlight that if you have to find the bottom, you could drop down with us to check out.
Where's Searchlight?
It's somewhere in Arizona. We haven't been in Searchlight. So the thing is, like, if you're going straight down a shaft, there's no sides, you're just going straight down. 200 feet is about as far as you want to go. I mean, if you have to pull your ass up and down, you know, if it's at a bit of an incline, well, you can go a long, long ways, but you need a lot of ropes, right? So, did you guys get the COVID vaccine? We did. We both got vaccinated for one reason. Well, why wouldn't you? We're vaccinated for all kinds of other yellow fever, all kinds of diseases, chickenpox, every other freaking thing you can think of. This is killing millions of people, so it's free. Why the hell wouldn't you?
It says, what did it say? Oh, you're an explorer, not a geek. That is true. If you're going to Death Valley, you might meet up with the guy in
Cerro Gordo, who has a YouTube channel. We've heard of him.
Beer and Flour.
Beer and Flour. Well, thanks.
Searchlight is in Nevada.
Nevada, okay. I've never been in Nevada. And the problem is in Nevada, you know, it's higher altitudes and stuff. So if you go there in January, it's probably going to be like 6 feet of snow there. So
in January?
Yeah.
Oh.
In Nevada. So it's the same in Colorado. It's you know, pretty high up.
Well, you better ask Jeff, when is a good time to come to Searchlight?
Yeah. The problem is we got a farm here, so in the summertime we're having to move irrigation and cut our hay and that kind of stuff. So we can't get it out of here in July and August. So yeah, so that's kind of a problem, right?
Yet Colorado, my friend is an ore control geologist for the Revenue Virginius mine, owned by Air Canada. I believe a Canada corporation. We could do a tour and video.
Well, you know, we've never, or very rarely, ever find any active mines that were willing to have you come have a look at their operation. It's because most of them are a large freaking bunch of, I don't know, bunch of crooks. They're just trying to suck money out of investors, and they wouldn't enjoy the questions I would ask. Not that, you know, I try to embarrass them or anything like that. But
they could email us, though, that person, and if we head down there and it works.
But that we've always really been interested in trying. I'd love to get to a big mine or something, and the only one that we're really surprised we went to Faro in the Yukon Territory. They allowed us to go in there, but we found out it's the Canadian government that's spending billions of taxpayers' dollars to reclaim this big mess. and they were happy to share that story with us. But we have never found any. It's kind of funny, these big mining companies and all that. They all say, oh, they're all above board and they do everything all right for the environment, but they're certainly not open to any scrutiny or any visitors. So I don't know. It makes me a little bit suspicious.
Hello from northern Finland. I've never seen somebody from Finland on here.
Ah,
Frank and Sharon, thank you for many exciting years of excellent mining history and adventure.
have you ever been to Drumheller, Alberta? It's one of the coolest places to go to. It's like North Dakota, like the Badlands in there.
It has that Atlas mine that has the tours.
Yeah, but it's coal mines, so we don't go to coal mines. Coal mines are very dangerous, especially abandoned coal mines. We wouldn't go in an abandoned coal mine. You all kinds of toxic and flammable gases in there, and really unstable ground. So we kind of draw the line at coal mines.
I don't know. They have 6.5 miles of workings and 2,700 feet underground. I'm not sure what that went with though.
Yeah, we have 175 people watching. 181 actually, but yeah, that's okay. It is what it is. I don't know how these notifications work. There's only a small amount of subscribers that are notified. You can get the notifications. So we find when we're doing a live broadcast, we get more people asking questions than we can answer. So it's not really a problem. Your show starts in 30 minutes. Yeah, we figured we'd just keep yakking here till that premiere starts, and then you guys can watch out with us if you like. Bad thing about coal mines, it only takes one spark to set up the coal seam and burns for 1,000 years. Well, it can, but we're kind of explaining that to people that go into our museum. So when they first started mines, they had candles, and then they went to the teapot, and then the carbide lamp. But the reason they got out of the carbide lamps and got the electric lamps is especially for coal mines, because having an open flame in a mine is really dangerous. And not only coal mines, even with a carbide lamp, if a miner set his light on something like a timber and it fell over, it could start timber on fire and it's killed. They've had big fires in mines with all the wood in there.
I'm just answering some questions. You can keep talking.
Okay, good. I thought you were telling me to shut up. Stop.
No, I'm answering a question.
All right, what's your question?
I already answered it. It's good. What was I gonna?
Oh, it's one thing going into an active coal mine or a tour or something, because they have all the proper precautions as far as the ventilation and the safety stuff. And I wouldn't have no problem with that. But an abandoned coal mine would be a whole other thing.
Coal mines had those cute little birdies that when they keeled over, it was time to get your ass out.
Well, that's the thing. Back in the old days when they had the carbide lamps, if the oxygen was poor, the light just started doing weird stuff. And then they also had a safety lamp that they used, that you could observe the flame. But so when they went to electric lights, they didn't have that. So having the birds, if the oxygen just drops a little bit, the bird just keels over. It doesn't kill it, but it knocks it out. So they use that. Of course, these days they have oxygen and gas monitors and all that kind of stuff. They don't use birds anymore. But,
do you test for radon gas?
no, but that's not much of a concern. That's a more of a cumulative thing. If you got high radon gas in your basement and you're in there breathing it for 20 years or something, you might get lung cancer. If there was high radon in a mine or something, you're just in there for a short period of time and not really going to have any effect on you.
Seen some really cool old wood carts on another channel. They were pretty cool.
We have
a wood cart.
We have a wood cart in our museum that was pulled by mules back in the 1800s. A fair-sized cart out of Phoenix. So there's actually 10 of them. We're all on a road there, and we took one completely apart, sandblasted the whole thing, and built a new cart out of it. So
how does a carbide lamp work? Does it use water?
Uses water. It's you put carbide in the bottom and water in the top. It drips water. You adjust it, drips water onto the carbide, and that makes a settling gas. So if you ever worked with cutting torch or anything like that, just if you turn on just a settling gas, it makes a real orange flame, but it's got a lot of black soot. So that's where you get the carbide rating on the ribs and stuff of the mine. We see the graffiti and the carbide on there from the settling gas.
Is there anything that frightens Frank?
I'm scared of housework.
Yeah. Housework, laundry, cooking. Oxygen meter you use?
Oh, I don't know. We just we had a Honeywell one that we bought. It was only good for 2 years to turn it on. That goes off. It was only auction one, but they're pretty expensive. So we just end up going on Amazon, buying Chinese one or whatever, and it works okay for us. Doug, our buddy there, he bought one just like it, and then it worked fine till he brought it here, and I turned it on, and it doesn't work anymore. So I don't know. So I don't know, and he couldn't. The very poor service. Couldn't get it fixed. Nothing. He had to throw it away and buy one made in the states. So I don't know. Take chances, I guess.
I love the winter episodes. Somebody else said, "How long did it take to make your intro? It's so good."
So we made a documentary that we spent 60 grand on because we got a grant to make this. So the filmmaker that was working with the editing, Francois Rocher, he's the one that made that intro. So it's something I got out of that thing, and that's where the intro came from.
Have you ever had your lights go dead in a mine?
We
Lights go dead, but we always have extra.
Yeah, we have lots of extra lights. We've never been stuck in a mine with no lights, which would be one of the be a big no no. So people get in trouble all the time and decide to use your cell phone for a light going on mine. You would have no idea how dark it is.
What's your craziest vertical rappel? The craziest one I've seen is when you rappel down and back up a waterfall like Stope at the Mega Monster.
Well, the thing is, that one's not that steep. The steeper it is, the crazier it is. So I don't know. I'm not really sure. I would say, yeah, if you go straight vertical, that one we were in by the Jimmy mine, that was pretty hard. It was a lot of work. So the steeper, the harder it is.
MSA Altair 4 times. That's the one that guy sent us. That
We
was trying
have
to
one
figure out
like
how to
that, and we
work.
haven't got
Yeah.
it figured out yet. So we didn't have a charging cord for it. One of our viewers actually gave us one, and we had to spend $60 on a charging cord. We got charged up. We ain't got it figured out yet. Maybe we're too stupid, but we'll try to figure it out. Or Sharon will figure it out. She's
Yeah.
smarter than I am.
How do you know how
Thanks, Cat Chaser.
fake gold from real gold? I just think it's all gold, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's uncommon to see. It's uncommon to see visible gold in a gold mine, especially now because all that easy gold's gone. Most golden mines is microscopic, so that's why they have assay offices. You normally can't see gold in a gold mine,
Have
in
you
a
ever
hard rock mine.
snuck into the Britannia?
We have not. We've thought about it. I mean, we sent them an email saying, "Well, we want to go down and check it out." They ignored us like they always do. But we're kind of thinking we're kind of thinking we might try to sneak in there. Haven't done it yet.
Having trouble getting carbide down here. Apparently a terrorist item.
It,
Rampant paranoia.
yeah, no, it is. It is. You can't buy it legally, and the reason is you can make a bomb out of it real easy. So if water drips onto the carbide, it makes acetylene gas. So if you have a light source like a candle there, you could make a big explosion. So I guess the terrorists got that figured out. So it's kind of on the terrorist supply list. So that's why you can't get it in Canada and the States. We did actually get some, but it came from Poland, and they called it something else. But it's difficult to get.
You need to put the equipment you use, lamps, cameras, and such in description so people can buy some stuff, ropes and climbing gear also.
Right.
And old abandoned.
Give us $10. Thank you for the donation. We appreciate it. And it won't all get used on beer.
Thanks for reading my question. I love to watch your vids when I'm in bed. But seriously, they scare the hell out of me. Me too. Carbide produces acetylene gas even when damp, nasty stuffs.
Yeah, we've seen it underground sometimes. There was we seen a can, and then I kind of touched it. It was rusty, and then you could smell it. Once you smell carbide, you'd know what it smells like. It's got a pretty particular odor. It's kind of cool stuff.
Hi, Frank. Ben here. I helped you back a few years ago in your channel trailer, and we met up in Prince George at Kevin's house. I now live in Castlegar, and I want to come to Grand Forks to visit soon.
Well, I don't know if you got my phone number, but yeah, give me a call. Or if you just Google exploring abandoned mines, the contact information is there. Come for a visit for sure.
2:15 watching plus my 4 cats. Sitting here watch you.
Pretty cool. So, yeah, maybe you guys could help us out. We get a little bit more revenue for our mine. Just leave your TV on all night for your cats to watch, and of course on the YouTube channel.
It must be mine cats. The guy says he's got your number still.
Yeah.
find any bodies in the Mexican mines?
Not bodies of any humans. The cartels dumped a bunch of bodies in some mines further up in Sonora, close to the border. That's where most of the gang stuff is. But the problem with that is, as soon as you do that, there's lots of vultures in Mexico. So they could smell dinner or whatever. So they start circling around the mine shaft. So there was about 20 bodies in this one shaft. And then all of a sudden, there's all kinds of vultures circling over this mine. So they went down that look and found the bodies. So it's not a good way to dispose of bodies.
Do your ropes last years? Do they require maintenance?
Yeah, you throw them out when they get too wore. So the way the ropes are, they're like there's a kermantle, so there's a sheath on the outside, kind of like a condom, right? And then inside there's like a parachute cords in there, 13 cords on 11 mil rope or 10 and a half mil rope or something like that. So what happens is the outside is only about 15% of the strength. The rest is the cords are about 85% of the strength. So when the outside starts getting worn, it's got to get torn up, then we just chuck it up or cut it into shorter pieces. So, it's still fine. One of those 13 cords would be enough to hold your weight. So we know those ropes are good for about 8,000 pounds. So quite a bit. And the thing is, we don't put stress on the ropes where we have our weight on it, but nothing more. So people are doing free climbing, and they'll have a bunch of slack in the rope and they'll climb up. And if they fall, then all of a sudden they bounce and hit the bottom of that rope. That puts a tremendous amount of stress on the rope, and they got to be a lot better shape. But we never put really any more weight than just us and the rope on there. So, yeah. So the
Okay.
bigger hazard is something falling on you. Way bigger hazard than the rope breaker.
My clan sat on gold deposits in Kildonan, Sutherland. I was gonna say one. Hello from Denmark. Love your channel. I watch you guys with me grandmother, and 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 something love you to power on and hello from Granny.
Oh, hey, Granny. And well, thanks for the donation from Grand Prairie. I used to live in Fort St. John, so we used to haul cattle to Grand Prairie and trucked up there in the oil patch.
Howdy from Arizona. Can you show us a picture of you without your beard? I could just cut it off right now and you could have a picture.
I don't think so. You could probably. I've got pictures of me without a beard when I worked in the oil patch. See, when I worked in the oil patch up in Grand Prairie, Fort St. John stuff, you had to be clean shaven because SO2. So I kind of thought, I get paid for shaving. So, I'm like a prostitute or something. If they don't pay me, I don't work. So why would I shave if I'm not getting paid?
I have not looked yet, but do you have a website that you can purchase merchandise on? Yes, we do.
We do. If you go to our
exploringabandonedmines.com,
yeah,
take you there.
Yeah, we got a new website. Well, we're working on a new website, but if you go to exploringabandonedmines.com, it just has the merch stuff on there. We want to put more stuff about our museum and other stuff we're doing here, but it's a slow process.
I'd watch it. Have you gotten a new plane yet?
I don't think I'm allowed to fly anymore. I've wrecked 4 planes. And a power parachute. I wrecked, a lot of stuff. I'm hard on stuff.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. I've been welding in the patch in GP, and yeah, the shaving is endless.
Yeah.
Don't be mean, Sharon.
Yeah.
Oh. Trip with my family to BC once the world resumes to normal. I would love to explore with Frank and Sharon. Old abandoned mines.
Disguised angel. I've discussed a trip with my family to BC. Oh, yeah.
Australia and BC mine exploring collab Frank and Sharon. Australia, yeah.
It's a long bloody ways to go. You guys are gonna have to up your donations before we go to Australia.
But I'm with the power parachute.
Yeah, well, we just got it running really good, and then we took off, and it was like really hot. It was like 40 degrees, which is like 105 or something like that. And then it got kind of overheated because we didn't have and it got a little overheated, so we had to turn around. We didn't overheat, but the engine was getting warm, so I turned around and I landed with the wind instead of against the wind. We had a big gust of wind, and we kind of tipped over on the runway on its side and banged up a little bit, banged Sharon up a little. It's been sitting in the shop ever since, so we think we want to sell it. So you want a good deal on Pirate Parachute. Yeah, we spent lots of money on it, but I don't know. We seem to have too many things to do is what the problem is.
Someone's in the hospital, so hopefully you get better.
From your hospital bed, yeah?
Whoop, whoop,
Do you have any plan on any books?
show.
I was thinking about reading one.
Madass Australian and Frank Sharon be the only level head. Who's the Australian? Density altitude, Frank.
Yeah, I know all about that because I got my pilot's license, but no, it wasn't. It had enough lift to get up. That wasn't a problem.
Me, Granny is from Denmark, and she asked, "Are you never scared to go down a mine?" He isn't.
Not too scared. No, I mean sometimes it's a little exciting, but I want to mention my favorite series on mine exploration was your Antioch videos. Freaking awesome place. So one of the guys that I went to Antioch with, Kevin, he's working there now, so he's the head honcho there. So it'd be like a second home if we ever go back there. I thought your mines were wet until I watched some of the Welsh mine programs. Oh, some of them are pretty wet. I read a book once, Frank, it's overrated. I hope it wasn't the Bible. I'm in production? Yeah.
Is it better to explore a mine in the winter or summer? Well.
I don't know. It doesn't make much difference to the mine. It doesn't care. It's the temperature generally is about the same. There's not really that much difference. The trouble is very difficult to find mines in the winter. If you don't know where a mine is and there's lots of snow on the ground, you could be standing right beside it and not find it. So it's a lot easier to find mines to explore in the summer.
What are your essentials that you always take into mines? Essential lights.
Food, water.
Food and water.
I just bring lights and cameras.
Food and water.
Sometimes I have to bring, depends, it's kind of enjoyable when you just go on a light exploration, and that means you don't have to bring climbing rope, rigging, waders and all that. It's all pretty heavy. So, like with the cameras and the lights and all that, and safety equipment and all that's a fair bit of weight. So we actually bring very little stuff, but it weighs lots. It all adds up.
Somebody else asked about your intro.
Well, intro, we'll just explain that. So we did a big documentary, and the filmmaker there made that for us.
Hi, Frank and Sharon from Susie and Robert. She says you guys are brave. Love from Granny. And Granny Jenny from Denmark.
Yeah, well, hi, Granny Jenny. So it says, I'd like to see an underground mining game. Now, the most popular video games, what we understand from all time is Minecraft. But it's just really crappy graphics from the 80s. And they, one of those guys come with us and get some cameras and stuff and get some awesome footage where you could actually have a real cool video game where you go through a real mine, then decide to go right or left, up, down a shaft and all that kind of. I think it'd be really cool. But nobody's approached us on it yet.
How much camera equipment do you go through?
It's tough. I bought, I think, about 4 cameras so far, and they're a couple $1,000 a piece. We just got one fixed. Here's what they look like. You guys seen them all that? Oh, get her unplugged here. Oh, I hope the audio still works. But so this is the camera that we use, and these are. It's about a $2,000 camera, but it's really good in low light. That's the big advantage of it. Here, we'll just turn it on here. Oh, it's not going to work. Oh, there we go. Well, we don't need that part on, but yeah, it's really good. It's really good in low light. And this is what you see behind the ground. But yeah, the water and the dirt and all that crap is really hard on these cameras. So, so we go through, I guess, probably a camera a year. I suppose we got 2 of them. So if one blows up, then we actually finally we got one fixed. We're having some problems with this. First time we were able to fix one. Basically, they always say, "Oh, they're just garbage. You got to throw them away. They can't fix them." But anyways, so I don't know how much longer we're going to keep buying these $2,000 cameras. We might actually once these blow up, like I don't know. We don't get that much revenue from YouTube anymore. Maybe we're gonna just start getting those GoPros. Those GoPros are $500 a piece. They're not bad. They're not as good, but I don't know. We'll see.
I have a Sony mirrorless camera. That's what I take down, and the little. I'd have to go look at what that case is called.
So, anything new in your museum?
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go look.
We have a slusher that's really cool that we just got running, and we got that compressor. So one thing you guys may or may not know about these cameras is so a camera would run it, a video camera like that in underground would run it between 30 and 60 frames per second. And the way that works is if there's not enough light, it slows the frames per second down, and it can slow it down like 7 frames a second. And if you do that, it'd be really blurry. So it'll be bright enough, but it'll be really blurry. You move it, it looks really blurry. So that's the reason why we use lots of light. If you light it up good, then it keeps the frames rolling at a high rate. It's actually pretty complicated to film underground. It's quite a bit different than filming stuff above ground. We've been doing it for like 7 years, so I kind of got the hang of it. But there's a big long learning curve to it. And then the other thing people say, well, why don't you get a cover for your camera? Well, we did that in Antioch, and we had the biggest disaster ever. I mean, the camera didn't last hardly. With just about a new camera. And what happens is it holds. You stick it. You take a camera that's kind of wet and you got a damp environment. You put a plastic bag over it, and then it just holds the moisture in there, and the moisture and electronics just don't mix, and then it short itself out and wreck that camera.
In Stewart, what was that video called? The mine.
The Porter, Idaho.
Porter, Idaho.
Yeah.
They're looking for the helicopter one. It's Porter, Idaho.
Yeah, I'm not sure what episode that is, but if you look back, you can find it.
What else did I read here?
Tab is using your camera or microphone. You guys can still hear me, right? Yeah, I guess so. They say something if I didn't. I was playing with my mic thing here. I unscrewed it for a second and put it back.
Somebody says hire me.
Fingers
I'm
roll.
not sure what for. I can do anything at a gold mine.
What are you going to make another attempt for a diver to recover your GoPro from the kayak expedition? No, I guess that shaft went down 200 feet from our research. But there's the video. I don't know if you guys seen on History TV last year. We did a thing for Backroad Truckers. They've just renewed season 2 of it. So the producers talked to me about they want more ideas about doing more stuff underground. And so one of the ideas was in that mine, the Oro Drawer, where we lost that GoPro camera. If you go further back into there, it's either a mine cart or a skip. It's in about 8 feet of water. So we kind of floated that. Then we'd maybe pull that out of there. So we'll see. We might do that.
Hi from Australia. And have you found Levi jeans? There's a video on that one. Whatever number that.
Yeah, we have found some Levi jeans, and it's kind of funny. We get a lot of comments on there. They think, oh, why is all those jeans underground where they're having a gay party on there and all that? So what we learned about that is no, there weren't even gay people back then. Maybe there were. I shouldn't talk about that. So what they did back then is the mines, they ordered Levi's for their employees, and they put them over top of the street clothes like coveralls, and they would wear them to work, and then they would take them off and leave them there and go home in the street clothes. So before they had dries and stuff there. So that's the reason why you'll find Levi's in kind of a central location of the mine.
We might come to Australia one day. Hopefully.
Maybe you should buy me a ticket.
Well, you need to email us so I know where I'm going.
Where it's hot there.
That's okay. Cannot hear Sharon. Uh-oh.
Can't hear Sharon. Perfect. You still hear me though, right?
Have you?
You're supposed to break things. That's how you know you had fun. Yeah.
How expensive is it, or even possible, to drain those deep flooded parts?
No, it's in the Oro Gennaro. Well, first of all, it gets you in a lot of trouble because with the permits and operating and stuff like that, you're not allowed to discharge mine water into the environment without whole environmental process. So yeah, you could get yourself in a lot of trouble by doing that. So if you do it, you certainly wouldn't do it on camera.
Email us at like the Exploring Abandoned Mines or Frank Schlichting, or no, that's not it. Frank MC Ranch.
FrankMCRanch@gmail.com.
Yeah, the Australia person. Make a calendar with her beautiful pictures.
Gold Rush Miner Gold is the name of the game and the graphics. We don't play video games. The last video game I played was Mario Brothers, which was back in the 80s.
What's the largest nugget or chunk you have found exploring? Largest nugget or chunk of what?
We found a big rat turd. We found a big rat turd one time. No, we're not really we're not in the mining business. We got lots of cool displays of silver and galena and gold ore and stuff like that. But we're certainly not. Our goal isn't to make any money from recovering minerals from the ground. And it's kind of funny. Like, people object to us taking artifacts that were abandoned by miners a long time ago, and they say we're stealing this stuff, which is a lot of malarkey because it was abandoned by whoever. But the fact is, people that actually take minerals, whatever it is, underground, you probably are stealing because somebody owns the mineral rights. So whether they would object or not, I don't know. But yeah.
Mark says hi from Ontario. Watch you guys all the time. I'm a miner as well. Keep them vids coming.
Oh, thanks, Mark. We got a lot of people that worked in mines and stuff, and we found actually quite a few times that the old miners or something, they're in the hospital and they're kind of in their last days and they got nothing to do, and they get into watching our stuff and they just get addicted to it, and they just watch them, and their family says, this person or that person, whatever, they really enjoyed watching their videos and all that stuff, but they passed, right? So, but just that's really a real compliment, actually, that someone that spent all them years underground and stuff would watch that and enjoy what we're doing. So we really appreciate that.
Biggest spider in a mine? I haven't seen really big spiders, but that one mine in Ainsworth was like,
we had lots
in
Mexico. In Mexico, there was spiders the size of your hand. There was big spiders in Mexico. I think in some of those mines. That one year I went to Mexico, there was huge spiders there.
It says it's not that hot in Australia. It hasn't been over 39 degrees.
Oh yeah. Probably depends on where you are in Australia, but yeah.
A couple of nuggets in those gold mines. Yeah, I wish.
What's your recommendation of a gas oxygen meter? Well, I don't know. I mean, we had the Honeywell one that worked pretty good, and then we just go on Amazon and buy one. I don't know. I don't know what tell you about it. Depends how much money you want to spend, I guess.
Love and respect from Texas, from Darren.
Oh, thanks, Darren. Are you going to visit Brent at Cerro Gordo? Probably not. Levi's put an article about a pair of 1890s called spring bottoms found in Leadville, Colorado. So, interesting. The Levi's, they first, how they got started was in California when the gold rush started in the 1860s, I believe it was. They made tents out of canvas, and they're very durable. So Levi's had the idea of making pants out of that because these tents were so tough. So the first Levi's were actually white canvas, and then they started making blue jeans out of canvas and out of cotton, and then they're the ones that invented the rivets and stuff like that, and they had a patent for it. So they made clothes for miners, and like I say, there were coveralls they put over top of their clothes and stuff, and you had to order them. You couldn't just go to buy and store them, but. So.
Rob says, I have mineral rights in Alaska, 40 acres.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever get your tram set up at your museum? That was a cool show.
No, we bought all the parts for a tram. We just got a bull wheel, we got the brakes, and we've got 3 tram cars, and we have a tram inside our museum that's just kind of set up there. So what we're planning on doing is where we have our mine, there's a big waste rock pile there. So the train's going to come out, or the tracks are going to come out, and then we're going to below that we're going to have it's going to go over top of an ore bin, dump in an ore bin, and then we're going to have a tram station, and then the tram's going to take the ore down. So the simplest form tram only has like two buckets, say, so one on the top, one on the bottom. So the top one gets full of ore, the weight is heavier, and it goes down and brings the empty one up. and then they load this one that brings it, so it just goes back and forth. It's not powered by anything. The guy at the top runs the brake, and he stops it when it gets to the top, and they load it. It goes back and forth. The most complicated tram in this area had 545 buckets on it. It was 11 kilometers long, 3,000-foot drop in elevation, and they generated power off it. So yeah, so trams are really only common from about 1900 when they kind of first got invented to about 1920. There wasn't many after that. The reason being is because about that time, motor vehicles are very common. You could buy a small cat, trucks and that kind of stuff. So they could just build a road to the top of the mountain with a cat or whatever, and truck the ore down. So before that, they had to use horses and mules to pack it out, and the tram was much more efficient than that.
Are you going to do clips of the process like TVR setting up their gold mine?
I don't watch a lot of his other stuff on YouTube. I haven't watched any of his stuff for a long time. I have no idea what he's doing. So, yeah, I don't know. What's the plan for the mine that you purchased? So, we're setting it up for so people can go underground safely and explore an abandoned mine. Really. So, so we've got to do a lot of timbering in there, and we're going to put a whole bunch of artifacts in there, and we'll take tours in there. Have a whole bunch of equipment operating underground, so people can go underground and see. Lots of people they're kind of interested in what we're doing, exploring underground and all that, but obviously it's not safe for them to do that. So we want to set up an environment where it is safe for them to go underground and explore a mine for themselves. Show started. Not yet. Really?
Yeah.
What time is it?
It's 7:01.
Oh, it's 7:01. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to let you guys go, and we're going to watch the premiere and go over to our YouTube channel. You can watch our video.
November 9th or 11th, it opens.
Okay, bye.
So you're kind of, you need our YouTube.